If you stumble across this video and you're stuck, I hope you bet on yourself and do something great. You see, that's become the core message of my life. You see, I was out of high school, I did 1 year of college and realized it wasn't for me. So I dropped out and came back home. Now, I had to find a job, and luckily there was a warehouse, an Amazon warehouse that was opening up near me. So I did what any other kid would do. I signed on at Amazon. At Amazon, I was working 4 nights a week. I was stuck on night shift. And it was a good job. Now, it was also very miserable because everyone that I knew was on a different schedule. I had no social life. It was hard to see my family, and I was always tired all the time. I had a steady job and it was paying the bills, but I was pretty miserable. And about 6 months go by, and luckily I was able to transition to days, and that helped a lot, but I still was pretty miserable in what I was doing. I was lucky enough to also have a great support system there at Amazon where there was a lot of people that respected how I worked and tried to get me to move up that corporate ladder. So that ultimately is what I thought I was going to do with my life. You see, all of that changed one Christmas when I spent some time with my family. Now, one of my family members, my Uncle Jesse, had spent years building brands from nothing, and he had been an entrepreneur himself. Now, he built brands from nothing using story structure, how to build a great story. And he'd done that for years, and we started talking, and ultimately, just naturally through conversation, we started talking about AI and he also explained where he was seeing the world go. So I was already very interested in what he was talking about, and naturally, he just said, you should stop what you're doing and come learn. Be an intern at my company. And right then and there, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to do that. Now, a little backstory. My Uncle Jesse, everyone in my family knows that he's normally right about a lot of things. So to back that story up, back when I was in middle school, he essentially told me if I learned about Bitcoin, he would buy me one full Bitcoin. Now, obviously, I didn't do that because I'd be in a different position today. But that was lingering in the back of my mind as he told me to come learn what he was doing. So as soon as I was back from Christmas break, I started driving to Seattle 2 days a week and working on Amazon 4 days a week. All I wanted to do was learn how to do it myself so that I could escape Amazon and have something that was meaningful. So as I started learning more about social media creation and how to build a great brand and AI and crypto and the whole Web3 world, I started to meet some real great people along the way. People that would teach me how to shoot a podcast, people that would teach me about social media, people that teach me about business, and then also people who were building really great things. And one of those was Nick. And Nick essentially was teaching people how to build with AI and how to build these cool tools. So he built a bunch of these tools and taught a bunch of these classes that I would come and watch. So as I was learning all these great things, I finally got enough expertise to try and go get my own client. You see, I was still working at Amazon at this time, and I really wanted to get away from Amazon and pivot more into an entrepreneur and building something great. So I went on my way and found a client that I felt like I could help their digital presence online with short form content and essentially media in general, the stuff that I've been learning at the internship the whole time. So everything worked out to where I had a client that was able to pay me an income so I could try and break free from Amazon. And that's exactly what I did. As soon as I got that client, I stopped working at Amazon. And it was a big risk and it was a big pay cut, but it was something that I was passionate about and something that I believed in, and I bet on myself. I bet on myself that I could make a living doing what I wanted to do. So from that point, I thought I was going to be a social media manager in a sense, and that was going to be my job. So I also needed another income, so I took on a job at a mall. So I was still learning about AI. I had one client, and I was working at an outlet mall. From there, I was really able to have a lot more free time to grow my skills and learn things. And from there, I also reconnected with Nick and about some of the stuff he was building, and we started building out and we started building together. From there, we finally built something that had great potential. And it was something that I was really excited about and something that had real value that we could create in the world. And ultimately, that's the start of my journey and the start of how I built a startup. So I used to work at Amazon, and now I'm full-time running my startup. I left a safe, comfortable job and took a risk because I bet on myself that I could do something great. So I hope you guys follow along with me because I finally bet on myself and I was able to do something great. So if you're stuck and you don't know what to do with your life, the words that I would leave you with is bet on yourself because you can do something great. And I want you guys to follow along with me because I'm going to be documenting this whole process raw footage, just me being real with you guys about my journey and the stuff that we're improving upon.